The Atlanta Dream is set to clash with the Washington Mystics again this season. Previously, the Dream emerged victorious with a narrow win of 73-67. Heading into the rematch, the Dream holds a home record of 2-3 and an overall 5-4, placing them 5th in the league. Despite a shaky start to the season, the Dream caught their stride in a recent victory over the Chicago Sky, winning 89-80. Veteran player Tina Charles continues to impress with her robust performance, boasting an average of 12.9 points and 9.1 rebounds per game, ranking her 8th in rebounds league-wide. Remarkably, Charles just played her 400th career game. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus has been making waves in the key, averaging 11.1 points per game. Rhyne Howard adds a unique vigor to the team's dynamic, backed by her 2.8 steals per game, the second highest in the league. Aerial Powers contributes significantly with her scoring prowess from the bench, which could prove pivotal, particularly if the Mystics' defense targets key players like Alisha Gray and Charles. On the other side, the Mystics are seeking their first win of the season, currently at 0-12. A critical face-off to watch is between Shakira Austin and Parker-Tyus, who both bring high basketball intelligence and adaptability to the game. Parker-Tyus will have the challenge of curbing Austin's impact, a player capable of disrupting any defense with her scoring and rebounding. In contrast, Parker-Tyus's defensive skills and offensive facilitation will be a test for Austin's resilience and defensive prowess. The upcoming showdown between two premier guards in the league promises to be captivating. Ariel Atkins' versatile shooting skills sharply contrast with Howard's dynamic drives and bold playstyle. The key factors will be Howard's ability to disrupt the rhythm and Atkins' response to Howard's vigor. Atkins boasts an average of 13.2 points per game, while Howard leads with an average of 15.1 points per game. Anticipation is high for a fiercely contested match, yet the Dream might just have the upper hand with their home court leverage and potent offense. Nevertheless, the Mystics' seasoned gameplay and sharpshooting prowess position them as strong contenders, fully capable of securing a win.
Well. It finally happened. The Mystics finally win a game. The Washington Mystics defeated the Atlanta Dreams. I was telling my friend JD earlier today that the Dreams was a team to watch because they beat the Storm the other day and they had a decent record. But I also said the Mystics is a team to watch. A lot of their games were close to the end. And they finally got it off tonight. Finally. They beat the Atlanta Dreams 87-68. I like to say, a lot of you may not know the players of the Mystics, because when they had played Indiana the other night, they could have had that game. But Aaliyah Edwards, 6 rebounds, 4 points. Stephanie Dawson had 6 rebounds, 9 points. Ariel Atkins had a good game. She had 4 rebounds, 5 assists, 18 points. And Brittany Skies, who just came back tonight, had 3 rebounds, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 18 points. And Julie Van Loo, she had 11 points. And Carly Samuelson had 6 rebounds, 5 points. That's the Mystics team. Congratulations, ladies. You finally are out of the winless column. It's great to enjoy this season WNBA basketball. My name is Van here at Rock Bottom Sports and WNBA Ballers. Listen, tomorrow I have chemo. I have chemotherapy tomorrow. I got 3 more sessions left. But let's just talk about WNBA. WNBA for women after 27 years has risen and is still going to rise with the players and the small arenas where people are coming to games, and the players are working hard and playing hard, and it's refreshing. Excuse me, that is uncalled for, but it's refreshing, and I'm glad that the Mystics finally got a win. The next team to play the Dream is Indiana tomorrow. Now, that could be a game that Indiana can get, because it looked like the Dream might be on a little downslide. I don't know. They last couple games they look real good. Definitely look good against the Seattle Storm. But let's just see what happens now with the Washington Mystics if they can win some more games. And at the end of the day, see if I can get some highlights of the game. Make sure you follow me on rumble.com for Rock Bottom Sports, rumble.com for WNBA Ballers, and on Instagram, Rock Bottom Sports. Y'all have a blessed night. I'll see you a little later on. I'm going to watch the next game. Blessings. Rock Bottom Sports, baby!
Their record does not indicate how tough the last 10 games due to an ankle injury. Aubrey as we get things going, and the tip starts off with Washington.
And already Alicia Gray having Brittany Sykes.
It's going to be a matchup you definitely want to keep your eye on. Brittany Sykes, who was drafted to the Atlanta Dream back in 2017, spent 3 seasons here. So these fans very aware of how dangerous she is on both ends of the floor. She gets the touch in the corner. First shot, no good.
And you see the ability for the Mystics to be able to stretch the floor.
Haley Jones, who has done a remarkable job in the backcourt as a starting PG in her 2nd season at Stanford. A lot of contact, and it will go against Alicia Gray. So the first turnover of the ball game gives it back to Washington. We may look at the Mystics record, and if you're not watching the games, you can come in and think you can say we can walk on this team. This is a dangerous team. 9 of their games have been lost by single digits. Their last 2 have been lost by less than 5 points. And have been just right there. Outside, Tina Charles off the mark. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus cleans it up. Can she get the bucket? First points of the ball game.
And that's going to be huge for this Atlanta Dream team. We saw the deep post touches in the offensive boards that, you know, Cheyenne Parker-Tyus and Tina Charles were able to get versus Chicago.
Ariel Atkins sent it on the inside. Finds Samuelson in the corner, who has been lights out from 3. Hey, let's go back to this first bucket.
Been open 2 possessions within this first seconds of the game.
Cheyenne Parker-Tyus is so relentless. How about the spin move? Couldn't connect.
And I like the aggression to start off going at Stephanie Dolson.
Off the bounce, Brittany Sykes, so quick.
And that's why you miss Brittany Sykes on this team, the pace, the tempo that she can play with, and also just a two-way player. She's very disruptive.
Brittany Sykes, not just a player, you mentioned just being a two-way player as well, but last year led the league in steals. She's done that on 3 different occasions. As you already called out, the matchup with her and Alicia Gray. So an offensive foul will send it back to the Atlanta Dream, and that goes against Stephanie Dolson, which will be her first.
You talk about getting over the hump if you're the Mystics. I mean, Brittany Sykes just being added to this equation.
Tina Charles able to get it back, shooting over Aaliyah Edwards. How about Tina Charles in the back-to-back games where she's gone against top 10 front court players and rookies out of the last draft, as Ariel Atkins able to kiss that off the glass.
Pushing tempo already. That step through from Ariel Atkins was so crucial and just dangerous to guard.
Haley Jones inside touch pass. Tina Charles, you count it.
Found a cutting Tina Charles, just moving without the basketball to finish at the rim.
Stephanie Dolson launches it from up top. She can do it.
Oh, yes, she can in numerous ways. I mean, you have to watch out for her on the perimeter. She's looking to knock it down at will.
That's her 23rd 3 of the season, averaging just under 10 points per game. But a big strength of hers is stretching the floor, as we have a substitution for the Mystics. The rookie out of Belgium, Julie Van Loo, who is actually starting this season in the absence of Brittany Sykes. So she'll take a seat. We haven't been told if she's on a minutes restriction yet. But I'm sure just working her way back in and getting her rhythm. Van Loo, 3-ball good.
Coming off the bench hot, but just what she can provide on a scoring aspect and also just facilitating as well. Just a great depth opportunity for this team.
So the Mystics on a 10-2 run after a couple of triples. Cheyenne Parker-Tyus fade away off the mark. Tina Charles so relentless. They can't pull it down over the 3 black jerseys. Van Loo, touch pass, just misses the mark for Stephanie Dolson. Tanisha Wright was telling us that in this game, how they have to counter is finding early shots, pushing the pace. No foul there. Here come the Mystics.
You can tell that the Dream are being intentional about getting it inside and getting deep post touches.
Dream desperate for a bucket. First need to stop. Haley Jones trying to guard 2. Van Loo actually was left alone, and thank Ryan Howard for knocking that one out of bounds.
Yeah, the anticipation of Ryan Howard, just what she's able to do, just not on a scoring perspective, but defensive perspective as well. She's been very staunch in that area, making sure that she's doing all the little things for her team and providing that defensive presence.
Had 10 points, 10 assists, 6 rebounds, and 5 steals last game against Chicago. And Van Loo, have yourself a day.
Someone needs to cool her down. She's been able to get 2 to go beyond the arc.
6 points already for Van Loo off the bench in her 2 minutes of play. I feel like that's just complete dominance. You think about the history just for the women's team, and that was just released today for the official roster, and it's exciting just to know that Ryan Howard will be actually going to Paris as well for the Olympics, her first time for 3x3.
Just a great honor and well-deserved as well, and just what Tanisha Wright has been able to do in just 3 years with the Atlanta Dream. I'm excited to see what she does in Paris, but Tina Charles doing what she does best as well, just attacking and being relentless.
A much-needed bucket. They were just 1 for 8 down the floor. So Atlanta Dream gets the bucket out of the timeout. Van Loo at the top of the key, taking on the committee, gets fouled in the process.
Van Loo is so quick and shifty. But
her step on the floor, you just say, I'm so grateful she didn't retire.
Yes, we love Tina Charles out on the floor, especially in an Atlanta Dream jersey.
Top 25, definitely going to be in the Hall of Fame. A former WNBA MVP. WNBA Top 25, as we mentioned as well, but also just someone that they can lean on in that experienced vet. Tanisha Wright in the front office with Dan Padover wanting to add to the roster, as well as Aerial Powers, who have yet to see in this ball game. That has been very dangerous for the Dream off the bench. Double team on Tina Charles, still with the rock. Sends it out. Corner 3 by Ryan Howard, and that's 200.
Well, there were 2 jerseys swarmed around Tina Charles and even all eyes on her as well, but that just left everything open for Ryan Howard.
Ryan Howard, the youngest and quickest to get to 200 in Dream franchise history, as the 3-ball really working for the Mystics to start.
Paint touches leading to open opportunities beyond the arc. Just that suffocation inside left Ariel Atkins open, just like how we saw Ryan Howard do it as well.
Mystics shooting 67% from 3. Tina Charles fade away, bucket good. And a shimmy, why not?
She was feeling Charles on your team, something that they needed last year, trying to make a deep push in the playoffs. She had so much size and athleticism to this team.
Gold medalist, was on the last Olympic team as well, so just has a wealth of knowledge and understanding of what it takes to compete at the very highest level. Be remiss if I didn't mention Letitia Amie here as well. She'll be with Team Canada in the Olympics in Paris. Told her she needs to teach Ryan a couple of French phrases.
Gotta get it ready.
Why not? Start today. Aerial Powers, who's had double figures off of the bench in the last game. Started by Tori Walker-Kimbrell, Tina Charles, just short. Atlanta shooting 38% from the field now, but before that timeout.